people around with your broke ass. Every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Terms 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections at the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Okay, Nick.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yes, I'm coming in like a DJ. Hey, blessings. I am back with, well, hold up, wait, my shirt everything how it's supposed to. I ain't trying to be naked, but my stuff had to be nice. I came in all messed up, like, hey, how you doing, guys? Are you here for round 2? Okay, so this is what we're going to move on to. I just wanted to give y'all an update. This was one of the things that we did not pay attention to maybe in Dolton. There was on November 6th, according to the agenda, that there was a lawsuit. I'm going to put both up so y'all can see I have the right agenda up there. There was a lawsuit that they were talking about. Hold on. Yeah. They were talking about, and this was on November 6, 2024. On this document right here, I don't have the lawsuit on it, but this is page 1. So I wanted to show you. The lawsuit was for $900,000. So, on top of what we're about to show you, this one seems like it's about to be settled. I'm going to show you where is that on the agenda. That was part 1. And this is part 2. Give me 1 second. And this particular lawsuit is related to the Alexis Wilson case. Yes. That lawsuit highlights when the protester got arrested. All right. Is this it? No, this is Dolton Township. Hold on. Like, how do you get that up again? Hold on a second. Take that down. Give me 1 second. Oh, you know why? I'm so silly. I had it set up a different way. Like, where is the rest of the pictures? All right, here we go. So this is the agenda for November 6th, and this highlights the agenda in the roll call. Also, right here on part 2, this is from November 6th as well. Hold on. This is page, hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. I just want to make sure. On page 3, it highlights right here the motion to approve settlement agreement in the amount of $900,000, the Camilla Williams case versus Dolton. That's the settlement where, basically her First Amendment rights was taken away from her. They conspired against her. They say conspiracy. One of the charges conspiracy because Hinyard told the officer to arrest her. And when she said, did she tell you to arrest me? He said, yeah. So it was no cause to arrest her, but because he made that statement like a dummy, and also it said Lacy had involved herself verbally and commanded the officer to harass her. So she actually supposed to be granted $900,000. If you don't remember, this is the case. I just want to let y'all see the little article real quick because this is what Dolton is going through now. So this is just a flashback of some of the information we shared with you of an open case, and now the case is about to come to a close. So this was the 3 arrested during protests in Dolton over fatal police shooting of Alexis Wilson. So this is the one that's
The family of a woman shot and killed by Dolton police speaks out as video of that deadly encounter is made public.
The 19-year-old was killed just over a week ago.
Tia Ewing is live in Studio 32 with more. Tia?
Well, the family of Alexis Wilson, they questioned why all of the video was not released by police, and they claim she was shot 7 times at close range.
There's a person outside with a gun, and they're knocking on the caller's window.
Workers inside Baba's
we
famous
going
in Dolton on Sibley Boulevard call was released.
You don't have the power to pull body cam.
Hold on.
You don't have the power to edit things. This is not a movie. You don't have the right to edit things to make it the narrative you want it to be.
The officer clip was recovered. Police don't know who that belongs to. Illinois State Police are continuing their investigation.
I don't go into the case details again, but this was the 3 arrested during the protest. So this was a reflection, but the article highlights what happened to Miss Camilla. I also have the actual case. So we don't have to go over the case, but I did want to give y'all an update. I thought that video was going to show the arrest, but it said Dolton officers have not released the name of the officers who fired the shot. Ms. Williams said that the fellow organizers will continue to protest until the officers are off the force. I'm going to continue to fight for justice for Alexis Williams, told the Sun-Times. No arrest will deter me from fighting. This was Ms. Camilla's statement when she got arrested. So this, I wanted to read a little bit of the article because I thought that video was about to show. It kind of threw me off because I used a video of her getting arrested, but she will possibly be getting $900,000 from the village. Okay, so this is something that they're still going through, and I'm telling you guys, I'll be asking how do they do this. That's why money got to be just on computers. Somebody just putting a number in the bank account because they supposed to have been in the negative, right? And that's not being funny. It's like, how is this happening? And I know they have been working with insurance companies, so I think they may have had an insurance company that did pick them up from something that I heard. Okay, so insurance definitely can help them in that situation, but that's one lawsuit. So let's get to this. I just want to show y'all this. Let's get to the map. And not the map that I'll be talking about. Y'all know what I say when I mean map, right? Y'all know when I say map, when we talking about other stuff, that's minor attracted person. But I'm not talking about a map like that. Let's talk about this map. Why is that showing? Hold on one second. Let's see if it show. Okay, can y'all see it on the screen? Now I'm going to put this in real time. Why am I showing y'all the map? Why is she showing y'all the map? This location right here, if I can be able to zoom in with the little red pin on it, the address is 14127 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., okay, Boulevard. If you don't know, because you're not from Dolton, directly across the street is Village Hall, okay? We're going to show you. It's 14122 Martin Luther King. So we're going to zoom right back on in, y'all. And guess where we find ourselves? Right across the street from where we were at. Why is Grace Levi showing you this? Because we have said that allegedly Tiffany is trying to gentrify Dolton by taking properties from people who own properties for a long time, highlighting the biggest property. Because on this map, I had to do a little research trying to remember because I went out there. This right here is the fresh market. I noticed the fresh market. I remember being here. This is exactly right around where they had the house Clean House 2020 opening right here. I remember. And this right here, where I'm looking at, is where I was parked when all that rain came down, because I came running right across, almost slid right under here. Okay. So right up the street is Village Hall. Now I'm showing you these two because this particular location, we want to know, what is that? Why is Grace showing you? Why is Grace talking about Tiffany gentrifying the area? We found a very interesting lawsuit that was just filed this month that highlighted this restaurant and it's Woody's Kitchen menu, but it is called Big Wood BBQ LLC. The menu, I believe this is their menu. I did a lot of hunting. I kept looking. I'm going to be honest. A lot of these stores don't be having their stuff, but this Big Woods Barbecue, you see? Cash App right there, right there. Okay, so I was like, I got to verify. So this is a mom and pop shop. Is probably been here for a while. We're going to get more detail about it. But what's happening is that as of 11/15, 10 days ago, they filed a lawsuit against Dolton. Dun, 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 dun. Even towards the end of getting her out, Dolton has to suffer with another lawsuit that's going to be pending when y'all kick her out, when y'all get her out of there, okay? So let's check this out. This is the first lawsuit. Now, if we go back before, and we're going to put this into one of our deep dives, and whoever out there paying attention to us, they could do what they need to do and go deep dive. We're going to put this on the screen real quick. Just most recently, they said that she approved some businesses, okay? So my thing, here we go. Motion to approve 2 business licenses, trustee. So this was Trustee House. This is Trustee House. I thought Tiffany did this, but it's Trustee House. So that's something that y'all may want to talk to Trustee House about, these 2 new lawsuits, because Food and Fuel is getting their business license in St. Patrick Holding LLC, Dolton Sport Complex. Who owns them? So we're going to get into who owns them and who is getting a business license in Dolton in our deep dive number 3. So I'm showing you this so we can pay attention. We cross-referencing some things, looking, being Inspector Deck. So these 2 got their license, but the business that we're going to show you, something is going on. Now, what else did I do with this? Hold on, I'm going to show you one more thing. Because, is that Everett? Hold on one second. Okay, that was the next company. That's not them. All right. I was about to look up because one of the businesses is insolvent. So I thought this was the one. And I was about to show you guys, but it's not this one. All right. So this is the actual lawsuit. It's only 9 pages. It just got filed. It's the beginning. So we're just going to get the basis of it and find out why is Dolton getting sued one more time. And the head person is Keith Freedman and Tiffany Henyard. That's what I said. No matter how much you guys, or not you, no matter how much people try to separate these 2 and call him a whistleblower, he continues to be named in these lawsuits because he's a accomplice. So it's not a whistleblower. It means he's a snitch. And he should be getting just a lower sentence. He still should be prosecuted because the snitch get a little bit tell and they sentence be down, but they are never called whistleblowers. Okay? So that's how I look at Keith Freedman. And here goes some more of my proof because he's named in another lawsuit with his Cody, Tiffany Henyard. And now Village of Dolton as well as Illinois Municipal Corporation. I never heard them put them in there. Who they talking about? So these are the parties involved, which is Big Wood BBQ LLC. We saw who that was just a little bit, mom and pop. Factual information. I had to look up the address. Plaintiff Dwayne Wood was friends with trustee who. Hold on. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, let's start from the beginning. All right. Girl, she's like, put your glasses on. Things got blurry. Plaintiff Dwayne Woods was friends of trustee who was advisory of Tiffany Henyard. Okay. Though he had a business license, Tiffany Henry in the Village harassed the plaintiff by putting up no parking sign on MLK Drive, then Chicago Drive, though it was a state highway. I had to pause because it sounded like gentrification. You know they did that? They did that before to the Black Wall Street when they rebuilt themselves. They put a highway through it and didn't have them have an exit in the go look that up. That's part 2 to Black Wall Street. Yo, she trifling. She trifling. And people never exit there. You'll find out why Black Wall Street died on the second replenishing of it. Oh my goodness, Tiffany, ridiculous. So in addition, the Village was ticketing patrons and Woods in the effort to harass and interfere with his business. Why would he say that? Now, that doesn't make sense why I showed you the location and how big the property was. Because when we go back to that picture, you're going to see how small the houses is in the area circumference of property owners compared to certain properties. And the biggest properties with the people who may have been residents had went through the most, just like the Fresh Mart. She owns that whole area, that whole shopping complex. It's not just the little store. It's the whole thing. That's what I remember. So his area is pretty big. Okay. So let's just keep that in mind. They were blocking the street off, giving parking tickets. All right. So in addition, the Village was ticketing patrons and Woods in the effort to harass and interfere with his business. Plaintiff Dwayne Woods met the defendant Keith Freedman in the middle of 2023 regarding plans to continue his business, of which his business license was lingering at that time. So I guess Tiffany had her eyes on his property, okay? In or about April 2023, defendant Keith Freedman informed Dwayne Woods he will get his business license shortly. April. Okay, I'm looking at the month now because I want to see how innocent Keith Freedman is when he started becoming innocent. You know what I'm saying? So in early 2023, the plaintiff was shut down because Tiffany Henry refused to approve the license. Inspections was held by Kim Austin and Big Woods Barbecue passed the inspection. Plaintiff again sought to obtain his business license in November 2023 for the limited liability corporation he had been operating and was told his license was coming shortly. In February 2024, okay, the plaintiff received his license for 2023, which was backdated by the Village for April 2023. The plaintiff, they are so ridiculous. The plaintiff bought inventory and proceeded to continue to operate his business with his license. The license they gave him was for 2023. And this was already 2024. I already see an issue with this. Whoa. The plaintiff, because I would have asked, like, wait a minute, where's the new one for the new year? What's going on here? The plaintiff, Dwayne Woods and Big Wood Barbecue, was previously informed by Tiffany that he was on the wrong team. You know, he's right across the street, so he was supposed to be Team Tiffany, supporting individuals who did not who did a recall against her. He was also told by Village employees that he did not support the mayor, Tiffany Henry. In March 2024, William Moore, y'all know who William Moore is, right? That's the housing director. That's the permanent volunteer now. That's what Kiana called him. She was like, "Hey, permanent volunteer. Hey, y'all think I be trolling? Kiana be trolling." I was cracking up. So William Moore, he's named in this too, of the Village informed Dwayne Woods that his business license was being revoked by the mayor. The plaintiff. And why William Moore got anything to do with this when he's supposed to be in housing? See what I'm saying? William Moore, you going to jail. You in everything you ain't supposed to, and you won't give up. Talking about, I'm here. You know, no paycheck having ass. Volunteer. All right, volunteer to go to jail. The plaintiff never received anything in writing revoking his license. Plaintiff spent a substantial amount of money in reliance on what he was informed to continue his business. The plaintiff was informed that he cannot have his license. The plaintiff have done everything the village Dolton have requested of him. The defendant failed to give the plaintiff proper notice of the revoke of license. Her typical, just doing anything, not following no administrative laws. And this is where they're going to get him. And this is where he better go for monetary damages. Oh, man, I'm sorry, Dolton. Because, Pablo is just going for his license. No, what was it? It was the arcade shop. It was like the arcade one. They just want their license. They just want to work. They just want to get their business. No, you better get some money. So they need to get Tiffany. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to give this mean advice, but y'all see what's going on here? The plaintiff has done everything that the village of Dolton have requested of him. The defendant failed to give plaintiff proper notice of the revocation of his license for his business license. The defendant failed to prosecute the plaintiff for any violations. The defendant had failed to give plaintiff hearing on the violations of his business license. The decision denied plaintiff his business license with compulsory, I'm sorry, please, excuse my pronunciation, and a result of his political alliance, okay? All right. So basically, this decision was denied based on his political. It was no other reason why. Okay. There was no justifiable base to revoke his license. I told you that's basically what that first sentence was saying about this. Okay. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution stated that no state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, or person without due process. This is deja vu. This is the 14th Amendment. This is what they're talking about. You cannot deprive people of their basically due process. And then this is used because she didn't follow the compliance of the rules. We're letting them know, hey, you violated this. This is what you got to do to come in compliance, blah, blah, blah. Now you didn't. Now you revoke. So this is when they're talking about the 14th Amendment. This is how it's applied to cases again, which if you've been watching the cases, y'all should be experts on this, on 14th Amendment. And some of the Constitution that they put into this, okay? Because she's a repeat offenders of the same thing. Now, I just don't understand why they don't got no RICO charge, because all of these things basically adds up to RICO. Okay? Y'all want me to explain to you how while I get a little distracted? It adds up to RICO because there is a consecutive amount of cases in a short period of time that is involved with the same group of people. It does not matter that they are political figures, which is one against the general public. It's causing disturbance and they are breaking laws. Okay. These people are being sued. And it's also, they don't have to be directly connected. Like this person's calling this person this, but it's set up like an organization in which parties benefit and they contribute through their actions. Doesn't it sound like a RICO case? That's why I'm a little appalled that the FBI can't put something together. There's too many cases involving Hinyard that can be structurally connected to each other by the parties and start putting people in jail. That's all I'm saying. I got a little distracted, but that's how you're supposed to call RICO. RICO. So let's move forward again. Now, the plaintiffs have property in, okay. The plaintiff has a this is line 31. The plaintiff have a property interest in the fair legal use of his licensed property within the boundaries of the law after obtaining his license. The action of the defendants constitute a violation of the plaintiff's due process right to protect the 14th Amendment, and was also a violation of plaintiff's political freedom to protect his First Amendment right, which is what, guys? Remember that one, put it on your mouth. That's the freedom of speech. The First Amendment, take that off your mouth. That means that you got it. So freedom of speech, 2, to bear arms. That's how I remember. Speech and bear arms. That's first 2. Okay. So the action of the defendants constitutes a violation of a plaintiff's due process right to protect the 14th Amendment, and also violating of the plaintiff political freedom of protection by the First Amendment. As a result, the action of the defendant, the plaintiff, incurred monetary expenses, damage, loss, and eventually bankruptcy. This is terrible. The action of the defendant was intentional, willful, and wanton. As a result of the action of the defendant, the plaintiff suffered monetary loss, loss of business, and reputation. I believe this thing is shut down. I'm going to follow up and see what's going on if they actually shut down. The plaintiff hereby, so he said, alleges that paragraph 1 to 62, count 1. Okay, we're trying to see what he asking for. As a result of the reliance of the defendant spent in incurred thousands of dollars in expenses improving their business and buying stocks. Now you better take that out there. That stock ain't got nothing to do with your business. You got, oh my God. All right. Why the lawyer put that in there? Stocks have nothing. That's personal. Oh Lord. Okay, moving forward. I wish I was like secretary. I was like, take that out, sir. Let's find something else. All right. So the plaintiff reconnected with his client base. After plaintiff license was revoked, the plaintiff could no longer financially proceed with his ventures. The actions of the defendant constitute tortious interference with business relations. As a result, the words action and inaction of individuals defended, the plaintiff was forced to shut down. So he was shut down. So they restate the allegations 1 through 13. Monell policy. The village has a practice and policy of ignoring. So yes, this is a policy of basically doing something that's not on the books. And they're going to have to back that up with facts, and they can back that up with other cases. I will hope they add that and other accounts of them not following the rules and just applying things. And that's many cases, because other cases that we read, they kind of like cited some other cases in there. That's good lawyership. Good lawyership. So the village of Dolton has a practice and policy of ignoring and not processing business application, revoking them, and interfering with businesses for the benefit of the Mayor Tiffany Henry, personal goals and benefits. They should say not only those about certain personnels. The village of Dolton have practices, customs, and policies of failing to officially notify applications that a business license has been denied or revoked. Let's see if they made any referrals to the other case. The village of Dolton have practices, customs, and policies to fail of giving applicant ability to challenge the decision. So I would assume this was the first initial filing. They're going to extend this, and they're going to put more in, like, they got to give more, like, examples, and they can put the other cases there in this part. The village of Dolton has the policies of choosing denying applications and interfering with license based on, okay, same thing. Okay, so let's see what else. What he's asking for. In defamation, county of in defamation, the plaintiff alleges Illinois provides the public entity as directed to pay any tort judgment for contemporary damages for which the employees are liable within the scope of their employment. So that's where he's going after Keith Price and the other person. Who is the other? Who is the other party? Well, I'm on page 7. Honestly, who is the other party named in this real quick? Tiffany here, your Keith Price. He didn't name somebody else. Do they consider Keith Price an employee? Yeah, because he wasn't voted in, right? Okay. I'm over here talking to you guys and talking to myself. Like, okay, yeah, so that's why this charge is for Keith. Calling him, employee. So they are he's trying to say they're liable for any tort actions that happens related to employee actions. So that's what Keith Freedman. See, defendant Keith Freedman is or was an employee of the village of Dolton, acting within the scope of his employment and committing the misconduct described within. Breach on contract. So that's basically probably a verbal contract. That's all they said. For several months at length, the plaintiff was supplied catering food for tea for trustees. Let's read that. For several months at length. I told you this is a blind read, y'all. A plaintiff was supplying catering food for Tiff trustees. The village refused to pay, though several trustees acknowledged the debt at several village meetings. So the trustees may wanted to pay for it. The village acknowledged the debt. The plaintiff kept trying to get paid. On July 18th, 2024, the plaintiff was given a check dated for August 17th for $8,910. They're gonna give a future. That is a town. Even a regular person. Do y'all do that? Give checks that's dated for a month ahead? Somebody better not do that to me. You better give it to me that day so I can just catch it, because I ain't about to be looking at no checks for no month. That ain't right. They ain't so ghetto. I'm gonna get to the questions after this. We're on page 8. They are ghetto. If you got anything to say, put it in the comments. The check was dated a year earlier. Hold up. Oh, it was okay. So on July 18, 2024, the plaintiff was given a check that was dated August 7th, 2023. That's what I missed. He gave that check was already written. Remember they said they were sitting on people's desks? This is the proof that checks that they approved, the trustees, was sitting on Keith Freedman desk. Somebody desk. There you go. One up for the trustees. You know they wasn't lying. The check was dated a year earlier. The check was still, and the bank refused to accept it. Yeah, July, August, because it's a year already. Oh my God. Am I reading this? I should have read this before, so I don't have that so much of a reaction. The village of Dolton refused to pay for some monies due and owed for catering services provided. Plaintiff are entitled to the said sum. The plaintiff are entitled to attorney fees and costs that this failed check. The plaintiff is entitled to attorney fees, where the plaintiffs are entitled to a judgment of $8,910 plus prejudgment interest, attorney fees, and costs. That is just related to this catering. So what else? All right. We're going to have to revisit this. This is part 1. I think, as just to give you a heads up, me being a legal nursing consultant, I like to research and kind of put the basis of these type of documents together. They didn't really ask for anything. They just asked for $8,910 related to the last cause of action. But they didn't put everything else. Like, oh, you know what? Do you think he won his license? He probably, because they shut down. They can't get their license. But they went bankruptcy. I think that they could sue for more than that, especially if they could show damage. Okay, we're going to do some research on Dwayne Woods in this particular place. Okay, it did look like a mom and pop. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give you the good, bad, and ugly. Some things came to my mind because it was weird for his lawyer to, and the lawyer put it in there, to include that he paid to improve the facility and stocks. That was a big red no. Why would he put that? And then it's missing details to give support on some of the claims. So now it sounds like hearsay until they add into the other cases that can show that she has a history of doing these things, non-compliant, a suggestion of environment that has unspoken rules and people follow them to, implement your thing. He has the social proof. I see some defects in this document, but it's still a lawsuit. Okay, guys, I just got to be real. And the last defect is that I don't think he made a full claim. He won $9,000 only. So if he won $9,000 only, it's all G Dolton. Settle, give him his $9,000. But if he claimed that he went bankruptcy and he could prove that he had spent all this money, and there's probably some correspondences between him and Keith Freedman, keep saying he's going to get his license, then he should be able to get more damages. Okay. Now, remember, let's just flash back where this location is at, because we're about to show you case number 2. This location where we were looking at was, again, right across from Village Hall. And now we know that this man has went bankrupt. Isn't that trifling? Come on now. We just barely making it. I know it. I'm a business owner. You can't take this stress and all of these lawsuits and stuff. So again, we zooming in. Can y'all see it? And here is his restaurant right here. And here's Village Hall. Okay. So now we're going to show you case number 2. All right. So the Dolton trustees have approved for 2. And we're going to look into those companies and see who own them. And I don't know if they know about this, but they definitely know that lawsuit's coming. So this man is shut down. And this is at fault of Tiffany and Keith Freedman. You know, the whistleblower. Okay. You know, the whistleblower. Shut up. I'm clowning. Now we're going to move on to map number 2, which shows the same area. And it's going to get us into case number 2. A new filing that took place on 11/18. So this first one was 11/15 from Big Woods BBQ. And this next one is actually 11/18 from Lawrence Gardner, E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse. They're like a U-Haul company. Tiffany like, no, but you're going to see, in my opinion, why she's going after them. That's what I'm telling you. She's going after these places that I think, in my opinion, that are Black owned with regular people like me and you. We're not corporate supported, just trying to make it. And she like, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. Now, right here, you'll see a map. It's from one location to the other location. So this says Village of Dolton. This is Village Hall. And it's all the way over here. It's not even far. This is a 3-minute drive to the next place that Tiffany is involved in, another wrongful business lawsuit. Okay. Again, this right here is a nice location. Look at the size of this man's business. Look at the house's size in Dolton. They're pretty small. No disrespect, but I want you to see the difference of the houses in Dolton, the size in comparison to this man's lot in his business. This is the next one that we're going to get to. If we follow this map, 3 minutes away. And yeah, I think didn't they sell this lake? I think the residents want this lake back too. Is this the lake? I know it's a lake that somebody told me that they sold out here to a private owners who did a result, and they a little bit racist allegedly. If this the lake, somebody let me know. But 3 minutes down the road, again, this is the other business right here that we just talked about. And this is their lot, which is not too small, but bigger than the other people's stuff. And it's right across from Village Hall. So you think that she won all of this? She got plans for this? All right. So I just wanted to show y'all. We just kind of just putting some stuff out there, kind of continue going down that yellow brick road with what is happening in Dolton. What is Tiffany playing? Why is she getting away with this? Who is allowing her to do this? And if they are allowing her to do it, what is the agenda behind them? Obviously, these people have power. Obviously, her niche allegedly was real estate. She was on a real estate board and she was big in real estate. Yes, y'all pay attention. Tiffany is somebody's puppet. And we're going to figure this out. Or not just me. One of the members of, what do they say, the Transformers. We the Transformers on YouTube. We be listening, people to put things together. They going to figure this shit out. Okay? So I'm going to pull up the other case, but before I read it, I'm going to get to y'all comments to see if y'all say anything y'all want me to put on the screen. Thank you for being with me today on our episode number 2 deep dive. We got episode number 3 coming up maybe towards the end of the week after my birthday. I said it like Marilyn Monroe. It's my birthday. My birthday's coming up, y'all. It's the 29th, and I think I'm going to be streaming. I'm not sure. But I'll be home, so I'm like, "What's up?" in my Martin voice. So please be there with me on my birthday. I don't know what I'm streaming, but let's get to the comment. Okay, we saw that, Chris. If Keith Price has a legal court order, restraining order against him from Carlisa, why is he allowed in the meeting? Thank you. He's not supposed to, but nobody's enforcing it. That's why I told her to call a popo. Call a popo. I've been saying that for 3 meetings. Just call police to get him arrested. Blessings, Lisa. William Moore, over there in that daggone case, ain't got nothing to do with it. Going and put himself in there so he could be a witness. Talking about Tiffany, I rolled for you. I was a witness on the witness stand. I'm the one that told him you can't get your license. Just for you, girl. That's William Moore, his old dumb self. Pastor Moore. It's a special place for pastors in hell. I'm being for real. I'm not being funny. I listen to them after death experience. They be like, it's a special place. There are 2 additional suits in the process of being completed. Allegedly, Henyard is trying to have all cases continue until after her election. Chris has been screaming that. What has he been screaming? Tell me what he has been screaming. Yes, it is. And there is another case that they should be settling coming up soon. I definitely know about that, so I'll keep y'all posted. Okay, so it's another case. So you said it's 2 more. I definitely know there's another one following these 2. William Moore is in love with Super Thief. Yes, he got a crush on her little dusty self. I think so, because he done lost his mind. Is he married? He must ain't got no life, no pension, and just don't care. He like, I'm next. And he gonna be sitting right there next to Keith. I mean, not what is it? What is this? Kamal, next to Kamal and Catch a Dog Smith. And you gonna have more there, number 3 talking about, yeah, we all cool. I love you, Tiffany. Cut the check. Okay, let me move forward. My little crazy stuff. Anyway, if you like the commentary, I appreciate you guys. Tiff Zilla is trying to be a real estate tycoon using the mayor position to acquire all these property lands. The reason she's doing it to the landlords. Exactly. She's always had this plan. You know what it is, the block by block. And if you don't remember, we went into that big plan. We kind of looked through all the months where she kept bringing it up. And then we flash back to the time when she was a trustee and brought it up. She brought it up when she was a trustee too. She been trying her damn best. She don't like losing. Grace screaming Price shouldn't be in the building. No, he shouldn't be outside nowhere. Listen, she has somebody right on there looking. She be in her car like, I have a temporary restraining order. Somebody help me. Okay. It is the lake. Okay. But Dolton sold it after they found that they had no funds and were financially strapped in the middle of Tom Lake, 1990s. Dolton sued to attempt to get it back. And now, yes, and Dolton they lost the attempt. Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me the information. You know exactly what I'm talking about, because somebody made me aware of that. And I was like, wow, they was that desperate. This wasn't the first time that they was in a bad situation. So it's a private owner. Allegedly, they don't like the people surrounding them. They don't let nobody use that beautiful lake. They tried to get it back, saying that the person didn't have authorization to sign it, which was a big resource for Dolton. They could have used that as an attraction. Like they could have used that like a Lake Lanier, even though I don't like Lake Lanier out here. But y'all know these lakes and stuff that be big and people come on vacation. They could have used that. You see, who do they have in charge around there? Come on, we got to think. You better think. See, I ain't playing no music today, so you just came to me. I'm trying, y'all. Okay. All right. So Lawrence Garten and E-Vett Trucking and warehouse. So this is a U-Haul company from what I looked at. They're suing Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of the village, Inspector Kim Alston. So she's named in here because sometimes she passes, sometimes she don't. Oh, you know what? I stopped. We're going to do a deep dive. Well, we're going to do a deep dive. I think I got a picture of Kim Alston. Somebody gonna have to verify that with me. There was an incident that I saw, and it was pretty funny. I think it was her, and she was having some issues with some people. Yeah. Wait a minute. Am I getting distracted? Wait a minute. Let me see. I got Dolton up real quick. I got him up. Let me see if I can find a video. Where's the video? There's a video of I think it was Valerie, Miss Valerie. A couple of months ago, she put up a video. I don't know how old it was. I think it was Valerie, where she was getting something done in her house. And these people, the inspector pulled up on her. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see. Can I just, where y'all at? Okay. Let me see. Can I pull this on the screen real quick before we get to the case? Let me see if this lady, we're going to show you this video if I can find it. It was a little funny because the lady I think Valerie, she was telling her she didn't know what she was talking about. You don't get paid enough. And basically she was trying to tell her that she couldn't do a project in her house, that she needed a permit. Don't worry. I know it's here. It wasn't too long ago, so I may be able to find it, but I think it's her because they said that she was the inspector. I was like, who is that? And what the heck is going on? Hold on. I'm going to find it. You know, little stupid nets. Give me a second. If I can't find it in the next 5 seconds or so, where I see her little head pop up, I'm gonna put it up in our EP3 because I remember, and they were getting on her, and they were screaming at each other because she was like, "Get out of here! You don't even know your job. I was like, okay, hold on. It's so much on this group. I'm gonna find it, y'all. I'm gonna find it. Y'all see how my ADHD be kicking in? That's the videos too. It was a video. It's here. I know it's here. I'm gonna find it. It's not Thelma. That's Thelma. Look at Thelma right there. I know these people now. I love y'all. Let me see if I can find it. They was yelling at her. I'm always getting distracted. Hit the like button. All right, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna show y'all that video. That lady is named in this lawsuit. So it seems like the residents been complaining about her. I guess on the update, I'll be able to show y'all that video. But they've been complaining about her, and rightfully, she is named in one of the lawsuits, the inspector, because she was out there trying to get somebody some tickets. And I think Valerie was like, "Get out of here! I don't need no permit for that." I was like, "What is going on here? You don't know your job. You don't know the law." And she done got her butt right back in that car. She was quiet till she got in there and started talking stuff. Valerie's like, "What you say? Wait, I'll be right back." I think that's what you did, Ms. Valerie. All right, so this is the parties. Let's get to it. Jurisdiction and venue, factual allegation. At all times relevant, the plaintiff, Lawrence Gardner, was rightfully owner of and tenant of the property located in Dolton, Illinois. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner purchased the property and started E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse in the early part of April 2021, right around the time Tiffany Hinyard was there. E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse operated its business in the premises and premise defendant Village of Dolton. So it's in the premises of Village of Dolton to make repairs to the property and promise, I do apologize. Let's reread that. It says operated its business in the premises and promised defendant, I guess the way it was worded threw me off, Village of Dolton to make repairs to the property, putting up escrow of $1,000. In September of 2021, the plaintiff filed for a business license. The plaintiff was told he could operate pending the license process. The plaintiff made the repairs of his property. On May 3rd, 2022, the plaintiff business was shut down by the Village of Dolton. Police Department Commander Lacy Lewis. Why y'all ain't named Lacy in this too? Look, we got a surprise. We got Lacy. Y'all done took him off of my roll call because I thought he was done home in a corner like this. Like, I ain't got no job. I'm retired. My arm's short. Look at him. You back in the limelight. So Commander Lacy, despite the property being within code and approved by the Village Dolton inspector on about June 6, 2022, the plaintiff was given a license for his business. So they first denied it and then they gave it to him. On about January 22nd, 2023, so that's about 6 months later, the plaintiff held a business party at his business located and was cited for no business license and unauthorized liquor sale. So he had a party there at that place. And Officer Lacy came over there giving some tickets. The plaintiff was not selling liquor. He said, I probably wasn't selling, I was giving it away. Let me stop. Yeah, that's what it sounds like in this statement. I'm just this is my blind, dry reaction. When someone says the plaintiff was not selling liquor, the lawyer in his right mind would say there were no liquor on the premises and the statement was not the truth. But when he say to me the plaintiff was not selling liquor, that means that they was drinking liquor. Moving forward, nothing wrong. It's not illegal, but y'all just want y'all to pay attention to context clues. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner was initially found liable by the administrative court in the Village of Dolton for unauthorized sale of alcohol on February 16, 2023. Plaintiff was found not liable on other charges. So how did they prove he was selling liquor? See, it was there, and they made him liable. On March 16, 2023, plaintiff Lawrence Gardner filed a pro se administrative review action highlighting Gardner versus Dolton 2023, challenging the February 16, 2023 findings. So he tried to challenge that. The defendant, Village of Dolton, ignored the summons and actions and ordered a default was entered. Against him on May 22nd. So this is another way that they are in the wrong, because even though that they had the first administrative action, they did it, and then they found him guilty, highlighting, let's go back. Was that Pablo Cafe where they had Delgado and Delgado friend hold the administrative actions for license, and they were buddies, and Delgado friend was the representation for the plaintiff or the county, and then Delgado was like the administrative hearing. It was something to that nature, and it was biased because the other person who was part of the whole procedure also have represented him here too. So I could see why he didn't win that. They're like, well, we're gonna hold a mock hearing so we can just make it seem. You to call your friends, okay, and let's get this done. So that's what she did. So, but when he tried to contest it, like, okay, you can send the appeal, they ignored it. They gave him a default judgment. On May 7, 2023, rather than complying with the court order, the defendant, Village of Dolton, closed Gardner. So it said the defendant, okay, he saw it. Okay, so we said that they ignored the summons and the action. Hold up. Oh, okay, hold up. I gotta look at this. He must have challenged the actions and they entered default judgment was entered against Village of Dolton. Okay, so he took it to a higher challenge. Okay, so that's what happened. He appealed it. And when he took it to the higher appeals board, they reversed it. They gave a default judgment to him. But then they said on May 27, 2023, rather than complying with the court order, the defendant of Village of Dolton closed Gardner business, claiming that it was not approved for occupancy, and put out stickers and notice announced the closing of the property. They want that property. She want that property for something. On August 16, 2023, judgment was entered in Cook County Court for plaintiff Lawrence Gardner, and defendant Village of Dolton was ordered to pay the costs. We got to read this. Oh, yeah, we're going to go back. We got to find this other case. To date, the defendant, Village of Dolton, has not paid the cost due to Lawrence Gardner. Oh, my God. I didn't see this case. Did I? I got to go look at that case. It probably looked corny to me. I'm gonna look for the other case. Okay, the closure of E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse Business LLC business and alleged revoke is like business license were in violation of the plaintiff due process rights, in that no notice of hearing was provided before such summary actions was taken. Upon inquiry, plaintiff Lawrence Gardner was told to talk to the defendant, Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner attempted to talk to defendant Tiffany Henyard, and she walked away. In an effort to further deprive Lawrence Gardner and E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse LLC from accessing the use of the property, the defendant, Mayor Henyard, has used her private security and the Village of Dolton Police Department to obstruct allowing anyone to enter the property. Defendant Mayor Tiffany Henyard has put out a verbal edict that no one was allowed on the property. On furtherance of this edited defendant, it said redacted, defendant Kim Austin and Commander Lacy came out to the property with Village of Dolton Police Department and cleared the property of Lawrence Gardner and his family, who were holding a family celebration of life on March 25th, 2023. Do you see why I am so adamant about road police? And why it's important for you guys to really make sure that the public officials in Dolton and Thornton have a grip on the police and this never happen again. And like I said, there are some good police, but there are some dumb ones out there, okay? And this is what they do, help terrorize the people. All right, so they escorted him out in the middle of an event on his own property. That he was strong armed. Oh, he's gonna get a good lawsuit from this. Defendant Kim Austin in the Village of Dolton Police Department did not have a warrant to enter the premises. This action was conducted by the directive of Mayor Henyard, which constitutes for conspiracy. There was no ignited, nothing right now. Circumstances require the Village of Dolton authority to enter the premises. So it was nothing right now happening. The action of the defendants were done under the color of law and within their scope of employment. So that's where they tied them in so the village can pay for it. The actions of the defendant was intentional, willful, and wanton. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner property was raided approximately 11 minutes without a warrant. Or circumstances that warranted directive of Mayor Henyard and Commander Lacy. Now, doesn't that sound like Rico again? Can I say one more time? Can y'all just type the FBI that's actually, you know what I'm saying, looking at this? You're like, hey, I need to know what detectives is looking at this. What do you consider Rico? And y'all just connect the dots, because this is what she's doing here. Conspiracy to deprive the people of their rights, their property, and their liberties. On one occasion, April 6, 2023, the Village of Dolton police officer defended Commander Lacy illegally entered the property and threw plaintiff Lawrence Gardner against the desk, causing plaintiff extreme injury and pain. The action of the defendant, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, is directly the actions of defendant Kim Austin and defendant Commander Lacy was a violation of the plaintiff due process rights as protected by the 14th Amendment. The action illegally entering and searching the plaintiff property violates the plaintiff 14th Amendment right to protection. That's exactly protected by right as protected by 42 U.S.C. That's the same thing she did to Pablo, minus, thank God, that they didn't assault him. So we got a little heads up on this one. Lacy went around and assaulted this man, threw him up against his table for whatever reason, because he said, I'm going to get this property. So here we go with the counts. We're going to get our way through this pretty fast. This is the counts of due process, the rights, the basic. What I told you guys, supposed to be an administrative action. They were not supposed to not issued a license without any violations happening, without letting them know. There really was no reason not to. Allegedly, he just told them not to. The plaintiffs, okay, so they basically reinstate paragraph 1 to 37 in relation to the due process right. As a result, the defendant actions from January 2023 to present, the plaintiff suffered monetary losses of business, damage, emotional distress, and anxiety. There you go. You're going to get that because you got the officers. You don't know who hates you because these officers have a line of blue. And Tiffany's still there. So this is gonna cost them some money. I'm just gonna let you know. Illegal search. We already know that's bad, and that's why these people need to report this to the licensing board, not only for Lacy Lewis, Lacy ass, but the no disrespect, Dolton police, don't be mad at me, but they really need to report the whole police department for their conduct of these type of things and how they track it. Like how I catch people is on protocol. So I'm like, all right, cool. You want to do this? Now, what I'm going to do is write a letter to ask, what was your protocol? Do you have all your certificates up to date for all of your officers? Is the business in compliant? Is you as supposed to be a police station? I ask all that shit to trip somebody up because I'm going to find a way to fuck it up. You see what I'm saying? You got to think outside the box. I'll be like, huh? Yup. Mm-hmm. Y'all take that and run with it. So the defendant commanded Lacy Lewis with the police department entered the property approximately 11 times without warrant. 11 times. The action of the defendant is directed and consistent. Entering the property without warrant violates the plaintiff 14th Amendment right. I hope you got that on video. 11 times Lacy was just busting in there. That is a tyrant. I know you guys nervous of the police. Now, I know Lacy out of there, but y'all got another one. Y'all got another one in there. That's why, please, talk to the Dolton trustees on what their procedures on hiring police, firing police. Do they have the amount of board representatives to actually do it correctly? Because one of the lawsuit we read is that when Tiffany hired those two officers that didn't have a license or didn't pass the test, it was stupid. There wasn't even a commission. There was a vacancy in the spot, I remember, and they still didn't have authorization. On top of them not having a license, the whole act was unadministratively right. Does that make sense? So talk to your trustees and your new coming mayor about what are the procedures. Who are you looking to put in this position? Or can it be somebody that we don't know? They don't have no political connections. They're not going to just choose rogue police because this affects you guys. This affects you guys no matter how much you try to ignore it. People have anxiety because of the police out there. So another officer. So they are trying to go after Lacy Lewis for excessive. That's what's another officer being charged with excessive force or trying to. So they're trying to go after excessive force in this way because he hemmed them up for no reason. Oh, little ass arms like, get over here. You gotta let them little old, what do you call Yoshi arms grab you? He like, ugh. This is Lacy's little arms. Get over here. All right, let's move forward. I'm getting a little tired, my little silly self. We halfway through this. If you like the commentary, hit the like button, and I'm going to get to the comments towards the end as well. Okay. So we already know excessive force. False arrest on June 11th. They arrested this man on about June 10th, 2023. Plaintiff Lawrence was lawfully on his property without just cause. A warrant of the defendant commandment. Lacy entered the property. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner was not committing a crime or breaking any law. Without just cause or provocation, the defendant commanded Lacy arrest the plaintiff Lawrence Gardner for obstruction of justice, battery, and resistant arrest. Oh my God. The action of the commander Lacy's was intentional, willful, and wanton. The action of commander Lacy's violate plaintiff Lawrence Commander 14th Amendment. I wonder what was the end result of that if those charges was dropped. It had to be if they're naming it in this lawsuit. So he falsely arrested him on June 11, 2023. This is terror. Y'all see why I'm on Officer Perez's ass? And you see why it's a blessing that thicker than a snicker. Short arms Lacy lost his job and don't have no license, can't carry a gun because of this shit. Here we go. Excuse my language. Oh, I made it through almost the whole live without cursing. Oh, I'm doing so much better. I'm so proud of myself, y'all. Let me drink some water. Hold on, we getting down to it. So not only this man suffered the loss of his business, possibly going bankruptcy, having an event he had going on be run up in, and the people escorted and the business shut down. He's been falsely arrested once, and now he's been falsely arrested twice. July 2023, again. On about July 2023, plaintiff within his property with signs and protesters protesting against the action. So it was a protest outside of his property without just cause or warrant to the defendant, Commander Lacy, into the property. The plaintiff, Lawrence Gardner, was not committing a crime or breaking the law. Without just cause or provocation, the defendant, Commander Lacy, arrested plaintiff Gardner for several charges, including illegally assembly and protesting. Shout out to Dolton trustees, because there was a video that I put up there about how Tiffany wanted to try to stop the protesters and change the law, the court ordinance out there, and they did not agree with it, because the way she was changing it was basically going to have them have right to them not to be able to assemble, because they wouldn't have been approved, because they had to go through approval process. Shout out to the trustees. So what this goes to say, they did it again. They went and tried to go stop somebody from legally assembling, and we just heard that lawsuit about to get paid out to the Camilla Williams lawsuit related to the Alexis Wilson death of almost $1 million for something similar, a false arrest at a protest. You don't think he's gonna get money? I keep telling you, this one right here, I don't got the same thing to say about the other one, but this one right here, I hope he don't get $33.5 million, because he alive still. But he going to get some bank. I'm going to let y'all know this now. Okay? This is ridiculous. False arrest number 3. On about January 1st, 2024, the plaintiff was within his property again. Commander Lacy into his property again. No warranty, no issues going on, and he wasn't committing a crime. He arrested him, basically citing Gardner for illegal alcohol and illegal assembly in his own place. He probably is out there in his little yard, been drinking with his friends and stuff. You can't stop that man from doing that. That's probably what's going on around here, because they keep on harassing him, keep on running down on him when he having events and stuff. The action of Commander Lacy was intentional, willful, and wrong-tongue. Again, let's see what else, because we're on page 9 of 13. Okay, the First Amendment. Let's see why with this. What is they saying? Action Lacy was intentional. So what is it? First Amendment, right? The result of the actions. What did he do? The First Amendment, right? The freedom of speech. Oh, the protest. Okay. The action of arresting the plaintiff for protest and violate plaintiff Lawrence Gardner First Amendment right, the freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. Here we go. Mono policy. Again, they're just going to attach what's going on. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is a monetary gain. Let's see what this is. The Village of Dolton, through official edits of defendant Mayor. It says edits of defendant Mayor Tiffany Henry has directed employees to interfere with lawful business license and property rights of individuals after Lawrence Gardner refused to pay $3,500 annually. For what? The Village of Dolton has practiced customs and policy failing to officially notify applicants. Again, this is the same thing that we just read. But what are they expecting to get $3,500 annually for? What? Was it for his license? Was it for a donation? We're gonna have to follow up through this. What they were trying to extort him. This is one of the extortion. In evidence of these practices, the policies are a multitude of current legislations and actions filed against the defendant. See, now I told y'all, look at that. This is a good lawyer. This case is going to kick ass right here. I'm just being honest. I love y'all, Dolton, but this is the truth. He literally stated the cases that I told you what they should have did in the first one. I'll read so many court cases. I'll be seeing, my thing is to find the issues. So I'll be finding the issues, and that's what I found. I was like, why didn't they cite that in the other one? That person gonna have to rewrite their stuff. But here he cited Pablo's, Lacy's Place, Redeemable Church. You remember what they did with the church? literally harassed the church. We read that. No, Calumet Conservation Club. We didn't read this one. Maybe that's something I could look into. I think some of the ones that looked too corny, I was like, I gotta wait till something come up to link it to something so y'all could be interested. So I'm gonna see what this is about. That's why I kind of pick and choose what I share, because it gotta go with the flow. So I didn't read that case, and we're gonna see why. Damn. George Towing, Inc. Ruckus Holding. Ruckus Holding was the next one I wanted to read. Ensign Jr. in Woods. I didn't read Ruckus Holding for a reason. And I'm going to just leave it like that. Shout out to the people in Dolton that you know what I'm talking about. I connect pieces and puzzles together, but I ain't trying to show y'all all out. So I'm going to leave that case alone. Okay? They like, what is she talking about? Whatever. As a result of these customs, so they show all of these cases that involve them having these practices, either with license, not giving license. Yeah, Ruckus Holding was the place where that was the smoke cigar place. I didn't read the article. I didn't read it, but that's the smoke cigar place. Okay. And they end up losing the case because it was some type of ordinance that they had, that it had to be a building that wasn't attached to the next building to follow the codes for that type of building. And because the buildings were attached, he ended up losing that case. I didn't read that to y'all. I just left it because I know I go into too much detail. Okay, Montel Policies, Commander Lacy's again. Village of Dolton has failed. Now, this is where it's at. This is why I say y'all got to be on the police station, because that's something that popped in my head, but I didn't say it. Did they file a report against Lacy for all these false arrests? And did people investigate? But it says here, that's why you got to ask the trustees and the new mayor, like, yo, what is the policies? Because they wasn't answering none of the investigations, okay? Yeah. Commander Lacy has a history of complaints against him by citizens for false arrest and excessive force. The village of Dolton has failed to investigate and or ignore consistent outrage, unlawful conduct of Commander Lacy. The village of Dolton has practiced and policies allowing Commander Lacy to run free and unchecked. The custom practice and policies was a driving force of the contribution to the continued unlawful conduct against Lawrence Gardner and E-Vett Trucking and Warehouse, because he locked him up at least 3 times, okay, and wasn't checked. I'm serious. Now y'all can say, oh, because no, you are a separate police department. You better do what you need to do and fight with the law, just like the firefighters did. I'm just keeping it real. The firefighters not having it with Tiffany. They don't care. They need their stuff. They're going to respect you, but you need to do your job, and I don't support you. Why y'all couldn't be gangster like the firefighters, police? I'm just saying. All right, let's get down to the last few pages. In defamation, what is they saying here? And okay, so this is connecting Kim Alston and Commander Lacy as employees to this lawsuit and their actions being directly done under their scope of practice, which was unlawful. And I don't know why they don't have an add-on. This was a great case. Nothing for me to complain about, nothing for me to critique. Let me see who this lawyer is. I'm about to give him a shout out. Gregory E. Cullis and Associates. I like you. You better check him out. Check this dude out. I don't know who he is, but he's sure to put a good case together. The last thing that I think they all should add on to their cases is conspiracy. They can. Many of the cases that we read before, especially the Camilla case, where they talked about conspiracy. Hold on. Did I got it up here? Well, I think I took it down. But on her case, they were talking about conspiracy, and that was one of the things that got her that money. I'm telling you, you got to put it up a certain way. So so this is nothing against Dolton, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm all around the board. I like reading cases. I'd be like, oh, something wrong with this. Oh, this is right. This one was a great read. It was very detailed. It listed the other cases that involved that was similar. They did a great job. So there were plenty parts in that case that highlight that extensive damage was done to this man. He was locked up 3 times by Lacy. Not once, twice, but 3 times. Kept running down on him. He was having an event at his place. Let me pull this up because I just pulled up. I was trying to do some little research on it, but didn't I pull up the picture so y'all can see how it looked? But I was trying to look at the event. But right now, I'm gonna be honest, this place is involuntary dissolved. So if they can prove that, you know, the financial hardships definitely was related to Tiffany, this is another part to their lawsuit because you know it could be amended. So this company is involuntary dissolution. That's like dissolved. And I had looked that up. What is involuntary dissolution? Because y'all know they say things different in Georgia, Jersey. So involuntary dissolution is when the company is ordered to dissolve or when the court's forced to sell of a company. He must have went bankruptcy. In the latter case, it must often result in incomparable disputes between partners or sometimes the business divorce. That's an example. The former case may be a result of bankruptcy. You see what I'm saying? I'm reading something. Let me just put it on the screen before we get up out of here. This is kind of like a blind read, y'all. So I did not read these cases before I actually brought it to you, but I knew they had them. But this is the last part. So basically, it looks like this place possibly went in bankruptcy because of Tiffany. So here we go. This is what I was reading. And it said former cases may be result of bankruptcy, failure to file required business reports, or failure to pay taxes, failure return or due returns. Sometimes it can happen when the registered agent resigns. The court may order the company to dissolve to avoid situations when registration has been allowed to lapse. So he probably did that involuntarily because he didn't have license. They wouldn't give him a business license. So that's why. So it could be two reasons: bankruptcy or because of the fact that they wouldn't give him business license. We got to keep our eye open for this case because basically that's going to be another heavy hitter for Dolton, in my opinion. That case, the lawyer did a great write-up. I would want them to represent me as well. They did a great write-up. So if you have any questions, let me get to the chat. We're an hour and 38 minutes in. Did you like the cases? I hope you guys enjoy the time we spend together, finding out what's going on in Dolton, making the residents aware. Now you can ask more questions. Now y'all see why Grace Levi. I had to stop. I'm gonna finish my statement and get to this. Why Grace Levi pushed for these officers to be checked, because it leads to problems. I'm just going to be honest. Let's get to this. All right, Norm. Is it a lake? Okay, you told us about that. Lake Lanier is great. Norm, you know Lake Lanier, a lot of people died here. They say Lake Lanier haunted because you know they flooded a black town to make that. And they tried to do eminent domain, but some of the post-slavery slaves that lived there, they wasn't slave no more. They wouldn't give the land up and they flooded it. And then people be go look up Lake Lanier. They be dying. Go ahead, mess around. Be careful. Lake Lanier is a great fishing lake. You went there? You ain't scared? Tell me about y'all ain't scared. I had worked out there in Gainesville and I saw the sign for Lake Lanier. I said, oh hell, I'm about to pray. We're going overnight. And then the nurse started telling me all that crazy stuff about Lake Lanier. I said, oh, y'all crazy? That's what made me aware. And I started looking it up. And then I found out it was a black town. They flooded it. And the ghosts be under there pulling people under, allegedly. But I'm going to move forward. But yes, it makes that town a lot of money, though, to be real. It's a big tourist attraction. And that's what that lake could have been. There's been some bad decisions made out there. Very, very bad decision. It might be some black townships under some of them lakes. You see, Christopher, you knew it. Yep. That's the story. And they don't want it found. Price is not to be at the meeting. Henry said otherwise. She said he got to be there. She always calling him. I never heard her say he has to be there, but she called his name like he's in the audience. And I know he was there 2 meetings ago. His old big, thick self over there looking in the mirror, not in the camera, looking around. Don't pray for me no more. Who is that house? Exactly. Y'all better be careful who y'all have pray for y'all because they don't pray right. He like, don't pray for me. And I was to the house. He was disappointed. I think he was talking to the housing, right? He's talking about somebody. He was like, yes, the housing director. He said that about Moore because he was like, I can't believe you. I done listen to you talk all this service. Yeah, I told you, I don't mess with House. House is a quiet, strong man. People watch what happened when he come up in there. He gonna come in there and probably shut shit down. Y'all gonna be surprised. There are 2 lakes within Dolton. Hilliard is trying to get the municipality to pay for her attorney in cases where she includes personally saying that they are the same. Hilliard is not succeeded yet. Well, most of them, all the lawsuits that I have seen, honestly, involve some way Dolton in their conduct. I haven't seen no cases where, you know, Tiffany ran up on somebody in the street and did something stupid. Most of the cases, all of them that I see, is related to Dolton, as well as the one we just heard about with the landlord. That's related to her and her broke boyfriend. And pretty much that's what she has, just like a few evictions. And I still have to get access to Cook County's inmate information, offender information. But y'all did say that she was locked up for some purse, allegedly. I can't verify that. We can look at Tiffany history. Because I know people who go to jail, they still be running for stuff. Y'all see President Trump ass was charged up to kazoo and still been president. America has no rules and regulations. You could be anything. Do anything and be anything. I'm not saying that's the best approach, but that is what I'm seeing around here. Okay? So let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to share with you guys. Y'all know we're going to be flipping back to that book that I showed you at the beginning of the live to use that as a reference related to some questions that y'all have about Thornton Township. If y'all have any questions, put them at the bottom of the video. And if I can find them when I do my deep dive number 2, we will address those questions. My following is pretty small, but my following, I believe, is the residents of Dolton. And I appreciate you guys. So I do hope that you guys are learning a lot. I stopped the hip hop music a little bit. Y'all see I'm over here craving it, like whatever. But until then, I'm going to see y'all later on this week, possibly on my birthday. And I will wish y'all a happy pagan Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all loving y'all family and living life righteously, I don't care what y'all celebrate. Just do it with love. How about that? So I'll see y'all later on this week. Have a blessed evening, and thank you for being with me for round number 2 tonight.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.